up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Vesta 67's Workshop. Welcome to issue 102 of Build the 1967 Mustang Eleanor from the film Gone in 60 Seconds from our good old mates over at Fanhome. Now folks, if you'd like to build this beautiful 1/8 scale Ford Mustang, and who wouldn't, then head over to the Fanhome website. There's a clickable link in the description below. Pop. And you too can be building this piece of movie history, folks. And it's a stunning car. Right, let's have a look at what we're going to be up to today. We are going to be adding in the hood ventilation panel and body struts, as well as the windscreen wipers as well, folks. So we're going to need them from the previous issue, and they're all lined up, ready to go there. Nice and simple. Putting the struts together like so. Adding these to the underside of the ventilation panel, screwing them in place with some PS21 screws. We'll then add the wipers. There's a thing to note about these wipers, folks, as well. They are handed. One, as you can see, has got a crook in it, a little bend. That is the driver's side, okay? So bear that in mind, and it's so that it sits over an angle above the other one. So they're handed for a reason, folks, okay? I'll remind you of that as we're putting them in. They go in with PS17 screws. That's what you'll end up with, like so. And then we're going to be fitting this to our body shell, okay? So we'll need our body shell from the last issue. And then that's what we're going to end up with as a completed issue today. And she is looking rather sexy, isn't she? So that's what we're up to. So I'm going to put the magazine to one side. And we'll start a bit of assembly, folks, okay? Right, let's get our struts in. First thing, we're going to get a smaller screwdriver bit. I'll grab one of these tiny screws. Drop a little bit of oil in it. And then we'll start putting these struts on, okay? You've got a small end and a large end, as you can see, like that. We are going that way round, folks, okay? So we'll grab our screw and feed that through. Actually, let's cut the hole. Whilst I think I like to try to thread the hole, just to preempt things. That way it just goes together a little bit easier for me. Just my personal preference, folks. So let's grab that. Okay, let's get my self organised here. Okay. Very fiddly, but we'll go like that. We'll do the same the other side then, folks. There you go. We got that. Very delicate little screw stage, this one, but just for me, because I have a permanent tremor, so I have to fight against that when I'm doing these tiny bits. So I do apologise, but it can't be helped. off a little bit, just to give me the adjustment I want. I can always tighten these later. Let's just back that up a tad, because when I attach this underneath, when I open the bonnet, I want to be able to move these quite freely. Check that. Lovely. So that's what we've got there. We then need to bring in our cover, like so. And then this is going to press with them two lugs there underneath, like so. So let's spin that round, pinch them into situ, like so. And then we're going in with a couple more screws. So we'll have them PS21s. So let's put a bit of oil on that. I'm going to keep it pinched between that and send the screw in, like so. Don't go too tight, folks. If you over tighten them, you'll strip the thread out. Same again on this side. Perfect. So that's that done. We then grab our windscreen wipers next. And they're going in with PS17s, I do believe. So let's just check the size of the bit for those. There you go. So I'll have a drop of oil on that one. And we'll put the passenger one on first, the straight one. Just like so. And there is a little key on there. So bear that in mind, you'll see it there. And it gives you an approximation of what the position of the wiper is going to be, folks. Pop that off of there. And then leave yourself a little bit of slack, just so that you can position it on the windscreen, okay? So that's that one on. I'll do the same the other side there, bit of oil. Like that. Then bring that one into play, which is down there. Just like so. And give yourself a rough approximation, like so. That's what we've got there. Okay. That's then going to attach to the inside of our Eleanors, folks. So I'll just move my screws out the way that I no longer need. And then we'll bring in our body shell. Right, so there is Eleanor herself. Okay, now we've got a little bit of threadage to do. Ease the struts down like so. Poke the tab through and then gently let that find its own level. And then we can open up the bonnet and use that to our advantage, folks, just to retain that panel in, whilst we then go inside with a bit of judicious tiltage. We can then put the screws in, and they're going in these large protruding tabs that you'll see poking out. So if I engage one side first, like that, I can then show you where the screws are going. They're going one there and one in there. Okay. So we've loosely put in the first one. We can now come in and put the second one in. And the reason I'm putting them in loose at the moment is in case I need to adjust this panel. They're going in loose. Let's just quickly check or recheck the alignment. She's looking good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we can now fully tighten these home. That's that one done. And that's that one done. We can then tidy up our wiring so that when I put this in its safe spot, I'm not catching any wires. We don't want to be doing that, do we? Like that. I shove that up there out of the way. That went well. So there you go, folks. That is this issue of Eleanor done. We got the hood ventilation panel in, wipers on, looking rather good. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to go off and just tack my frame in with some PVA, and then I'll put some tape on that and let that cure between now and the next issue. Don't forget, folks, as well, if you want to grab this for yourself and build one of these, head over to the Fanhome website. There's a clickable link in the description below. Pop. And you too can be building this iconic Mustang. Also, to help me out, if you can just give little Fester a click in the corner there and subscribe to the channel, I'll be immensely grateful. Helps me grow the channel and keeps it alive. Whilst you're there, give the bell a ring and select all. That way you'll get notified of upcoming future videos on part work, scale model builds, dioramas, painting tutorials, etc. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming in and keeping me company. Stay safe and well, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.